And guess what? Everyday Elegance is back for the 2019 year. And from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you guys for watching Everyday Elegance. We're so happy that we have you guys as viewers and also as our customers. That means so much to us. And, you know, we don't see you guys as customers, you know, we see you as family. And that's how we here are at Shimokoloa. But I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching us and making this a reality. Okay, without getting into other details, this is going to be a more informative Everyday Elegance, and this one is based on coral. And of course, this comes from questions that we've had from customers on where does it come from? You know, it's not indigenous to the land, and we're going to get right into that. So the basic answer to that question, no, coral is not from around here because it forms in the sea. And of course, there are different types of coral, but the one that we're going to talk about today is the Mediterranean coral. And once we look over here, you can definitely see some of the variations in that. You do have branch coral, and notice that bright, bold, vibrant look to it as well with the turquoise. And actually, like I said, it was brought here by the Spaniards and gifted to the Native Americans of the land. This one was more in the form of rosary beads that you would see on some of their necklaces. And then again, we have other pieces of coral right here. This one being apple coral, and this one comes from China, Indonesia, Taiwan. And these ones, the unique part about this one is, unlike branch coral, this one actually has pores like a human. And over here, you see a different variation of that. Now, as opposed to the bright red of the branch coral, this one, same thing, branch coral. This one's by Isaac Valenzuela from Acoma. This one's graduated, and if you notice, it has a more orange look to it rather than red. And back in the day, it was more desirable to have the red because that was your more premium coral. And of course, since there's so much coral that's being taken from the sea, you can't regrow coral in this lifetime. It takes years to do that. So, you know, there's no more of the deep red. Sometimes it has to be colored as well. But yep, some of these are what we have here. You actually have this one that's cabochon cut. And this one's actually been pre-formed. If you look at that, it has a dome shape to it. Shaped and formed so that way it fits inside these bezel cups. Bezel cups can either be pre-made or made by the artist. And of course, because coral is on the endangered species list, it was actually put on the list by the International Union for Conservation of Natural Resources. And with that being said, everything that we have here at Shimokoloa and, you know, that's outside of our area has been picked before that, before it went into effect. So therefore, you're definitely getting, you know, the quality and of course the last remaining of the coral. So you won't see any more coral, but you, like I said, there are other variations that are still being used, which is apple coral. And then you'll see bamboo coral, white coral from the Pacific. So there's just so many different forms of it. But to get your hands on some of the branch coral is definitely going to be a little bit harder and very much expensive. But you know, those are some of the options you can trade because, like I said, you're not going to see it anymore. And if you notice different variations, you have Navajo, and this one's by Hubert Ration. And this one's in the shape of a dragonfly set in sterling silver. And notice those bigger branches of coral. And then you have over here Zuni needlepoint. And same right here. And you have your earrings. And this one's actually one of my favorites. So branch coral as well, set in sterling silver. Now if this could fit me, I'd buy it. But for the most part, as I was saying, simple answer, we did not we did not have coral here before the Spaniards. It was actually brought over to them and gifted to us. So that's where it comes from. So if you see someone that says, oh, but there are no seas around here, now you know what to say. But also one thing I want to talk about was some of the, I guess, ornamental or symbolic uses behind it. And like I said, since it was derived from the sea, most of the times you'll see the Pueblos wearing this. It's because it's a spirit. Since it's derived from the sea, it brings rain, so it'll add that moisture. It's invoking those gods to it. And of course, we believe, me being Navajo, that once we pair it with turquoise, it adds to that. You have both the sky stone and then of course the red stone from the sea, and therefore it offers protection. And so it keeps away the evil eye. And of course, most people believe it was to bring longevity of life, to live more. And of course, that's such a beautiful thing, because these things, if taken care of, can actually live forever. So that's a beautiful symbolism right there. And of course, back in Greek mythology, I bring this up because this is kind of where the stone kind of came from. Although we do know it's minerals and all that build up. But the head of Medusa was actually thrown into the sea by Perseus. The blood spilled all over the sea, and of course formed into the coral that we see. And of course, she was a protector, so therefore her blood, although worn by us, can also be used for that. Okay. And then of course, for status and social roles, here in the Southwest, when you look at someone wearing coral pieces, it's definitely those individuals that that can afford them, and of course those that hold certain statuses such as medicine men, elders, and these have been gifted to them. And it's just such a beautiful thing. I know my coworker Isaac Valenzuela tends to make fun of me because I always say add a junk to this. So guys, like mine right here, this one right here, I usually like to add mine in there. And of course it just adds that, that the person that you're giving it to, they're wise. You can go to them for any kind of information, or go to them for help when you need it. So those are some of the social roles that it plays. But definitely, this is definitely an investment that you want to look into, because you're not going to find any more branch coral out in the world. And like I said, the International Union for Conservation for Nature has put a ban on harvesting coral. So you can rest assured that we adhere to those policies. And of course, you're not going to get anything that's been taken, out, I guess, from without, the law being said. So, but anyway, this is what we have. And of course, here at Shimokoloa, you're definitely getting what you paid for. These are all made strictly from the artists, and that's what we like to pass along to you guys. And if you definitely have any other questions, comments, concerns, we like to hear from you. Of course, that's what we do here all day. So with that being said, I just want to thank you guys for everything that you do for us, and of course being our viewers. And that concludes another Everyday Elegance. Be sure to check us out on our media sites, and if you come into the store, say hi. Okay, we'll talk to you later. We'll see you guys. Bye.